Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Being an IELTS tutor is an interesting job. Most of the students will ask me the same question. How much time will it require actually to prepare for the IELTS? Basically, my answer is that it depends, varies and according to the student's intellectual. Generally, if your English is good, it actually takes just 1 week to prepare for the IELTS. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about the plan from day 1 to day 7, the modules, how to cover up the modules for the IELTS, as well as the time management techniques in the exam. Let's get started. First, in the day 1, you need to clearly understand the test format for all the 4 modules. Basically, the IELTS is the International English Exam. So, it actually consists of 4 modules: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. So, you need to understand all the test format, how the questions are asked, how many questions are there, and how much time you are going to spend on that. First day, you are going to concentrate on the IELTS reading. See, in the IELTS reading, there are 11 to 12 question types. Remember, these are not questions. You need to answer for 40 questions, and these are called as the question types. For example, true, false not given, yes, no not given, match the heading, match the information, short answer questions. There are so many questions like that. So, what you basically have to do is that you need to understand the methods that you need to use to clear each question. Because if you know the method, then it is easy for you to crack the IELTS reading pattern. Hence, it is very important to understand the method which is on the day 1. Also, you need to do one more thing, which is just listen to the various podcasts. Remember, these podcasts of any genre, but this podcast should be based on any accent, either it may be American or Australian or British accent or Canadian accent. Any accent is fine, but the thing is that you need to listen to a native speaker podcast. Well, going to the day 2. In the day 2, you need to understand, you need to check up your reading skill, because in the day 1 you had already learned the methods and just practiced a while. So today you are going to take a mock test. Set the timer for 15 minutes and practice any one section. It may be section 1 or section 2 or section 3. However, I want you to practice either on section 1 or section 2. Then moving on to the writing task 1. Generally, the writing task 1 for the academic is the report writing, and for the general is the essay writing. This writing task is quite easy. So you need to understand the format. IELTS is based on the format. So you need to understand what is the format, and you need to understand the cohesive devices. So you need to practice yourself cohesive devices as well. So this is the plan for the day 2. In day 3, do one complete mock test for the reading and listen to a podcast or watch a video, whatever it is, but you need to again listen to a native speaker. Then the third thing you have to do is that you need to write a letter or a report, basically the writing task 1, and you need to practice. See, if you want to really practice for the IELTS writing, whatever the module may be, you need to practice with a timer. Set your timer for 20 minutes and check up whether you can complete your writing within the 20 minutes. That is mandatory part in the IELTS preparation. Furthermore, going on to day 4 plan, you have to concentrate on the writing task 2, which is huge and challenging. So basically, there are 5 different types of essay. So you need to understand the brainstorming technique for the essays. You need to learn how to write a proper introduction and conclusion, how to go on with the writing technique. So the body paragraph 1 and the body paragraph 2 is usually differs for each different types of essay. Hence, I want you to understand how to do that in a proper manner. Always practice anything with the timer. Then go on to the YouTube. You practice the listening section. When it comes to the listening section, I always recommend you to go on for the Cambridge IELTS listening video, because this is the authorized video which is officially released by the Cambridge, who is the exam body. So I want you to listen to this audio and find out the answer. Try it once, write down the answer, check for the answer, and redo the test again. Just redo the test again. This is a very important step in the listening test. While you are practicing, you just redo the test again in order to understand where you went wrong. So now we are going to deal with the day 5. In the day 5, you need to practice the IELTS writing task 2, which is the essay writing. Always practice with the timer. This is complicated because you need to set the timer for 40 minutes and you need to apply all your strategies and the brainstorming techniques that you have already read on the day 4, and you practice with the timer for 40 minutes. Then you need to go on for the planning for this. For the day 5, first thing is that you need to write an essay because you already read the techniques and the strategies on the day 4. So you need to apply all your techniques and you have to complete the essay within 40 minutes. Here I'm just giving you the gist how to do it within 40 minutes. First, step number 1 is that you need to read the question, understand and plan the question. This takes actually 5 to 7 minutes. And then you need to write the essay, which actually takes a whole chunk of time, which is 30 minutes. And then you need to review and edit within the last 5 minutes. So this is a general plan to write an efficient essay. So you need to try with this planning method. You need to write an essay within 40 minutes, and whether you need to accomplish all your tasks within this 40 minutes. Then moving on to the IELTS speaking on the same day, you need to understand the part 1, part 2 and part 3. You need to understand what is being asked in the IELTS question. You need to go through the various topics for the part 1, what are all the topics that is being asked. And in the cue card question, what is being asked in the 1 minute, how to do the preparation and how to speak. Everything you need to analyze part 1, part 2 and part 3 on the same day, which is on day 5, prior to your exam. The next is day 6. That in the day 6, you need to concentrate on the listening, reading, because you know all things about the listening and the reading as of now. So I want you to go on for a mock test. There are several websites available which would be really useful, and they are actually giving you several mock tests. So I want you to do the mock test kind of thing on day 6. Also, you need to concentrate on the vocabulary list, the idioms and the phrases list. This would be actually helpful for you for the speaking test. And also, the next step is that you need to concentrate on the writing mock test. Whether it is part 1 or part 2, anything is okay, but you need to concentrate on the writing mock test. The last but not least, you need to go on with the IELTS speaking. There are several ways to go on with this IELTS speaking, but I prefer you to take 2 ways. One thing, you can check with the mirror, which means you can speak in the front of the mirror to improve your confidence level and to improve your fluency level. The second thing is that you can ask your friend who is actually good in English, who can help you with this IELTS practice session, or you can search for a mentor and you can just have a 1-day session, or you can have a mock test with them and understand your flaws and how to improve your speaking, vocabulary, fluency, all the grammatical part, everything. So you can either choose your friend who is good in English, or you can go to a mentor and you can book a free slot, or you can just book a small price with a small price, and you can just go on, analyze your speaking test before getting into the actual exam. And the last day 7, which is the big day. So you are going to have again a speaking mock test with a friend or a mentor. Writing feedback session, which is very, very important. You know all the methods, you know all the techniques, you know how to do the brainstorming, you know how to write. But the thing is that someone will mentor you on the feedback. That is very, very essential for both the speaking as well as the writing. So here I actually encourage you to visit my website www.samielts.in, and you can just book a call. And if you are really interested in clearing all this IELTS exam, you can just book a small session and you can just crack the IELTS. Regarding to the reading and listening, of course you can do it by your own, because there are several websites available with the answer keys and no one can change this answer, because these two are actually called as the receptive skills. There is no prerequisite of the own knowledge. So, if you really want to do this reading and listening, you can do it by your own. The only thing is that you should know the methods and the strategies and nothing else. Of course, for the speaking as well as the writing, that is actually called as the productive skills. You need someone's help. Someone in the sense you can actually use anyone who's good at English or any mentor, or you can just seek for any help from someone person who can really help you to crack this IELTS exam. The last thing I'm going to discuss you about the time management techniques. See, basically you need to practice each module with a timer. For example, if you're going on for a reading module, fix up 15 minutes of timer and try to clear the section 1 or section 2. And either the section 3 will actually take 20 to 25 minutes. Actually take some longer time than section 1 and section 2. And the last 5 minutes, non-negotiable 5 minutes, please review your answers. Either you have done the instructions correctly or the spelling mistakes, which actually reduces your marks. So I want you to spend this last 5 minutes non-negotiably only for the review pattern. Let's move on into the writing task. In the writing task 1, you need to spend for 20 minutes, which means in the first 5 minutes you need to read the question and plan your answer. The next 12 minutes is a chunk of minutes which is actually a very golden time. You need to concentrate only on the writing. And the last 3 minutes, again non-negotiable minutes, which you need to especially spend on your review. Moving on to the essay writing. In the essay writing, you need to spend 40 minutes. In the 40 minutes, 5 minutes, you just read, understand the type of question and plan. 5 minutes, you need to spend this very carefully. And the 30 minutes is a very huge time you need to spend only on the writing techniques. And the last 5 minutes, again, which is non-negotiable, you need to review your writing. So if you really practice like this, then of course you will crack the IELTS in the 7 days. So if you really want to crack the IELTS exam with 8+ band in the first attempt, you can visit www.samielts.in, or you can WhatsApp to this particular number which is available, and we will be happy to help you to clear the IELTS exam. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Follow us for more videos in the IELTS exam. Thank you.